Hello, my name is Aswandi. My title number is 028. Here, as the final project of TIC class, I would like to present my analysis about the film Black Panther. Here, we will discuss about the cultural problem and issues and how to solve the problems and fight that. Here we have a table of content. We will talk about the intercultural communication, power dynamics, the impact of cultural context on relationship and decision making, Hofstede's dimension, and also proposal solution. We will talk and discuss one by one to get this material clear. Okay, the first one we have communication styles. Wakanda's is deeply rooted in formality and respect, so they use ceremonial speech, nonverbal cues, and deliberate decision making. But it's opposite with Killmonger's. He use blunt and assertive, which use aggressive tone and impatience with tradition. The next challenges and propagated stereotype. Wakanda's advance the subverts common stereotype of Africa of underdeveloped country by presenting Wakanda as technologically advanced and prosperous nation. This is challenge the Western dominant narrative about Africa as dependent, offering a vision of empowerment and innovation. Cultural identity. T'Challa as Wakanda's leader has communication to Wakanda tradition, adapting to modern leadership and intercultural understanding. This is different with Killmonger. He has struggled with alienation and racism, disconnected from Wakanda heritage, and reclaiming identity through force. Now we have our dynamics. Wakanda's relation is to control of our resources and knowledge, and to selective engagement with the others. And they also have ritual combat to maintain traditional leadership structure and to solve conflict between tradition and modern values. Now we reach cultural context. Wakanda's secrecy in Black Panthers systems of supporting its vibranium and Pacific traditions, avoiding the exploitation faced by colonialized nation, while isolation restores cultural preservation. It creates mistrust with outsiders and sparks internal debates about global responsibilities. Now we reach identify issues. These issues start from when a Killmonger start to come to Wakanda. Even though Killmonger's it has a blood of Wakanda, his dad is Wakandans. Wakanda see Killmongers as an outsiders. So it is in line with their mottos, Wakanda preserve outsider as traits. So they claim the Killmonger has no right to go back in the Wakandans and they lost their rights. The misinterpretation on both sides prevents meaningful dialogue and understanding. Wakandans fail to see Killmonger's action as a response to systemic injustice. Wakanda's isolation leaves big power representation. They leaves African diaspora without a connection to its heritage or a sense of belonging to large cultural identity. Wakanda also decided to remain hidden and uninvolved in global affairs, ignores their systemic injustice struggles faced by black people. This miscommunication have two consequences. If success, the Sala will open Wakanda's globally and recognize the flaw of Wakanda's isolationist policies and embrace the global engagement. And if unsuccessful, this led to Killmonger's tragic demise, to present a failure to fully address the pain of resentment. Now for the cultural shock, Killmonger's aggression can reflect cultural shock. Killmonger's upbringing in the USA by systemic oppression leaves him unprepared for Wakanda's tradition and cultural norms. His desire for a global revolution clashes with Wakanda's more cautious and traditional approach, exacerbating tensions. Now for Hofstede's dimension. Wakanda operates on a collectivist model, prioritizing the preservation of cultural tradition and the well-being of nation over individual desires. But Killmonger's is individualism, are driven by personal grievances and singular vision to dismantle systemic oppression. Now for the circle of English. Killmonger represents inner circle of English because he lives and grew up in America. Wakanda represents outer circle of English, language influenced by culture. Wakanda's family communicate in their native language like Hausa and incorporate with English with a distinct Wakandan accent and formal tone, reflecting their cultural identity and tradition. Now we reach the proposed solution. For the first solution is facilitate dialogue. T'Challa could initiate an empathy-driven dialogue by acknowledging Killmonger's pain and validating his grievances about systemic racism and alienation from Wakanda. Recognizing Killmonger's struggles as part of the African diaspora would create a foundation for mutual understanding. T'Challa could also reframe the conflict by focusing on shared goals, such as addressing global oppression while steering away from Killmonger's violent methods. By explaining Wakanda's historical isolation and listening to Killmonger's perspective, both sides could better understand and cultural and emotional gaps between them. Through collaboration solution, Stella could propose actionable steps such as using Wakanda's resources to support Black communities worldwide and involve Killmonger in shaping these efforts. This approach would merge Wakanda's collectivist values with Killmonger's individualistic drive for justice, fostering healing and unity. Empathy-driven dialogue would transform their conflict into an opportunity for reconciliation and shared vision for progress. And then cultural exchange programs. Engaging the diaspora for mutual understanding, Wakanda could take proactive steps to engage with the African diaspora, acknowledging their shared heritage and struggles. Building platform for dialogue and engage would allow Wakandans to understand the diaspora's aspirations and grievances, fostering empathy and bridging cultural gaps. So the conclusion of this film is the main problem is about misinterpretation and miscommunication. T'Challa wants Wakanda to keep in isolation and preserve, but Killmongers want to use Wakanda resources to arm all the black people around the world. And that's all for me. Thank you. I hope this explanation is clear and understandable. Thank you.